Factoring polynomials. The objectives are factor common monomials using GCF. Again. Factoring polynomials. The objectives are factor common monomials using GCF and factor the difference of two squares, a squared minus b squared. To factor polynomials using a GCF, it is a must to recall the following lessons in your previous mathematics. 1. Finding the GCF and dividing the polynomials. If you can still remember those lessons, you can proceed to this video. Otherwise, you go back to this lesson and recall these topics. So in given number 1, 3x plus 6, to factor this, step 1 is find the GCF. And the GCF of 3x and 6 is 3. Now, this 3 is one of the factors. This one. Just divide this 3 to each of them. 3x divided by 3 is x. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Therefore, the factors are 3 times quantity x plus 2. Same process in given number 2. So 3x squared plus 6x, its GCF is 3x. Now this 3x, the GCF is one of the factors. So divide 3x to this each of them, and you will get x plus 2. Therefore, the factors are 3x times quantity x plus 2. So in given number 3, 3x squared y plus 6xy, the GCF is 3xy. So just write this GCF since it is one of the factors, then divide 3x squared y divided by 3x and you will get x, 6xy divided by 3xy and you will get positive 2. So the factors are 3xy times quantity x plus 2. In number 4, we have 3 terms here. So the GCF of these 3 terms is 3y. Then that 3y will be one of the factors, and divide this 3y to each of them. 3x squared y divided by 3y is x squared. 6xy or positive 6xy divided by 3y is positive 2x. Then negative 3y divided by positive 3y is negative 1. Therefore, the factors are 3y and x squared plus 2x minus 1. If you want to make sure that the factors are correct, just multiply them by distributive property. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6. So all of them, when you multiply them, they will go back here. Otherwise, your answer might not be correct. Okay. In this given, in factoring the difference of two squares, it is a must also to recall the following skills. Finding the square root of a number. So what is the square root of 49? 7, because 7 times 7 is 49. Square root of 16 is 4, because 4 times 4 is 16. Square root of 1 is 1, because 1 times 1 is 1. Square root of n squared is m, because m times m is m squared. Square root of n to the 4th power is n squared, because n squared times n squared is equal to the n to the 4th power. You must memorize these perfect squares numbers. It will be easier for you to factor the difference of two squares. Okay, let's go. So in this given x squared minus 49, this kind of given actually, it doesn't require an algorithm. It is just more on recognition. So this one, x squared minus 49, so find the square root of x squared and the square root of 49. And in this case, the square root of x squared is x. X times x is x squared. Then 49, it's 7. So to get negative 49, the sign must be different. Negative 7 times positive 7 is negative 49. So these are the factors. If you want to make sure that these factors are correct, if you multiply them using FOIL method or Smiley method, you will go back to this. X times x is x squared, positive 7 times negative 7 is negative 49. So same process in given number 2, x squared minus 1, so the factors of x squared is x. So x times x is x squared, and the factor of 1 is 1. Then to get negative 1, so the sign must be different. In given number 3, so start with the numerical coefficient. The square root of 9 is 3. The square root of y squared is y. Then the square root of 16 is 4, and you will get 3y plus 4 times quantity 3y minus 4. So number 4, m squared minus n squared. So the factor of, the square root of m squared is m times m, and the square root of n squared is n. Okay, so in given number 5, so the square root of m to the 6th power is m cubed, because m cubed times m cubed, you will get m to the 6th. The square root of n to the 4th is n squared. N squared times n squared is n to the 4th power. Notice that the terms are just the same. The binomials are just the same. Only the sign differs. So that is the factor of, that is how to get the factor of a difference of two squares. It is difference of two squares because in this given, you will see subtraction sign, which is called the difference, and each of them are perfect squares. X squared is a perfect square, 49 is also a perfect square.